Hello people, it is me and me is Valorant, welcoming you to my channel where as always we talk about my new concept for a League of Legends board game, which I like to call League of Legends Battle Arena. So in this video I'm going to be talking about an important yet secondary part of the game that I chose to not analyze furtherly in my previous videos. Today I'm going to walk you through the in-game shop items and useful ways to earn coins and gold. Let's start! So firstly, in the League of Legends Battle Arena, as always, it was essential for me to keep the game running similarly to the actual online game. Thus, there was a lot of work to be done in order for items to be redesigned to keep their original effects and buffs, but at the same time fit properly in the board gaming style. The same thing that had to occur with all the different champions, spells and monsters. However, with the items things were a little different because here is the catch. In the board game, there is actually no leveling up. So as the game progresses, your champion does not passively earn more life, damage, armor or mobility. And also another thing, in the game, since I chose a Dungeons & Dragons style with every player starting his turn with 2 energy points, he can literally change area easily, so it is actually weird and difficult to think how mobility items could work, and more specifically, how boots could work. But in the end, I did incorporate that and you will understand what I mean. So starting from the footwear, I took 2 different kinds of boots. The first being your classic Sorceress Greaves, and the second being the Boots of Swiftness, and I changed their effects drastically. It was perhaps one of the major alterations I had to do in the gaming items. So both of them as footwear now give mobility in a whole different way. They work as passives, costing 3 gold, which is neither high nor low to acquire in the board game. The Sorceress Greaves will allow you to cross the jungle passage without losing an energy point as mobility point, and the Boots of Swiftness work as an escape tool. When you receive damage, they allow you to roll the normal dice instantly, and by getting 1 or 6 you can change land for free, while at the same time avoiding the entire damage and effects of the ability or basic attack. And just like that, I give you an example of what I have done with the items. So now let us analyze more all the types of items in the game. We have items adding magic or physical damage, which as mentioned in previous video are the types of damage a champion will normally deal. Blue color is to define magic, red to define physical. Moreover, we have items adding permanent health, armor, health regeneration, mana, mobility, consumables, and as we go higher on the cost of items, you can find also passives of items that give lifesteal, attack speed, and damaging effects, especially for champions that use magic damage, like the item known as Luden's Echo. Of course, I couldn't include all the different items in the board game, but I did my best to leave no one complaining, allowing for every build to work since you can find all different kinds of items, passives, and effects, including the ability to remove immobilizing effects like root, stun, or snooze when I added to my game the Quicksilver Sash. In the end, I had to create 30 items, and until now, it seems enough to overpower your champion the longer the game, since money, as I will explain in a bit, can be earned allowing you to purchase new items that enhance your damage, armor, and more when no in-game level up exists. The funniest part though was the crafting process I added in order for the shop and items to function the way they do in the online game. Thus, there I can easily separate the items into 3 classes. The first class includes Ruby Crystal, Longsword, Ether Wisp, Chain Vest, Crystalline Bracer, and Recurve Bow, adding health, physical damage, magic damage, armor, health regeneration, and attack speed respectively, costing only 2 gold coins each of them, which could be earned easily in the first 4 turns of the game depending on your luck. Also in the first class, I included the only consumable, a health potion that can be purchased with 1 gold, and activating it only on your turn can heal 1 HP instantly. Now moving on to the second class, here things start to get a bit more fun. To get the easiest out of the way, we have the footwear costing, as I said, 3 gold, providing mobility passives. However, here you can find more interesting stuff because the second class includes items costing 3 or 4 gold that can occasionally be crafted by items in the first class. What I mean is that here you can find BF Sword, Bami's Cinder, Phage, Vampiric Scepter, and Quicksilver Sash, but you see the BF Sword and Quicksilver can only be bought with 3 gold instantly, whereas Bami's Cinder is crafted from Ruby Crystal, and if you own Ruby Crystal it will only cost 1 gold. Of course you can purchase the Bami's Cinder for 3 gold instantly, but mind here that Ruby Crystal already could give you 1 permanent health. And after creating Bami's Cinder, a new passive would be added to deal damage back to enemies who attack you. In this similar way, many items of higher classes can be crafted from items of lower classes, Examples include Phage. As an item, it will give you damage, health, and a passive for cooldown, costing 4 gold. However, owning Longsword or Ruby Crystal can reduce the cost by 2 gold. And if you own both, you can reduce it furtherly to 0. So you see, you will give back to the store Ruby Crystal or Longsword and get Phage, which gives exactly what the previous items provided you with, and enhance that or add another new passive. Also, Vampiric Scepter can be crafted by using Longsword, and it is the first item giving lifesteal. Moving on now to the higher classes, class number 3 includes items costing 5 gold, including Blade of the Ruined King, which can be crafted from Recurve Bow and Vampiric Scepter. Also Spellbinder, the first time a passive that explodes, dealing more magic damage to all nearby enemies. It can be crafted by using Aetherwisp. And there is Knight's Vow, providing armor and health the same way Redemption does. Redemption, which can be manufactured by Crystalline Bracer and gives a passive for massive healing. And we finally have Lichbane, which can be manufactured again by using Aetherwisp, giving cooldown reduction and more magic damage. Finally, class number 4 consists of items costing 6 or more gold, which includes higher damages, stronger effects and passives. We have Spear of Sojin, Leandra's Torment, Sunfire Cape, Black Cleaver, Infinity Edge, Warmog's Armor, Sackstick of Stoicism, and finally Mercurial Scimitar. All the items, as well as a map for their cost and relations, you can find in the description. So now that all this is out of the way, the question you might have is, but how can someone earn gold? And I can answer this question. It is pretty simple. By killing champions, you earn 2 gold. By destroying a turret, you earn much more gold, since the turret gives out 1 gold every time it loses 3 health points. Also, by slaying Baron Nashor, it will give you 3 gold and teleport you instantly to the shop. However, the most important one is the minions. Yes, indeed, in the game I chose to not add minions the normal way you would expect, because in this board game we focus more on the champions. I created something, if you remember, called Minion Dice. So the Minion Dice, which is one of the 5 major dices that must be rolled at the start of every player's turn, can actually show the number of minions you killed passively on this particular turn. This number can vary, giving you a 66% chance of getting the number 2 and a 33% chance of getting numbers 3 or 4. These numbers represent the number of minions you killed, and every minion kill you get is a minion coin. This coin is either blue or purple depending on your team, and at 5 minion coins you can exchange them for 1 gold. This means you can earn about 1 gold for every 1 or 2 turns in the game, and you don't lose the gold if you die. Here it's worth mentioning that items can only be purchased from the shop area, which is usually the Rocky Valley. However, if 2 separate teams playing in the same game as opposite sides, then across the map, Mount Targon takes the role of the base for the other team. The bases where the shops are located are also invincible and will execute instantly an enemy who walks inside them when they function as altars. This also means a team cannot place her turret inside the shopping area. However, in this board game you can do whatever you want based on the rules you chose at the start of the game. Everything revolves around you and your company, so don't be afraid to move the game forward. For now, I would like to thank you all for attending this video. For more questions, you know what to do by now. Feel free to comment, explore my channel for more content, subscribe, support us, like this video, and always have a nice day. From valoranvanghoul, see you in the next video.